Can you describe the sound in the recording?
Sorry.
Let's go back to the start.
I remember the wind, strong wind. What the hell happened here?
We got company!
The loss is too heavy for you. But sometimes, loss can birth beasts and bury truths. What do you think? What if you are the beast?
The beast?
Watch out!
Project Spectrum throws you into a world where reality itself is breaking down. A mysterious force called Ember has created zones that twist the environment, spawn monsters, and mess with your mind. You step in as an operator, tasked with entering these Ember zones to gather intel, fight corrupted creatures, and survive whatever supernatural threats wait inside. What makes it different from other shooters is the sanity system. The more time you spend in the zones, the more your mental state breaks down, leading to hallucinations, distorted vision, and effects that can turn a fight against you. It's not just about shooting enemies, it's about holding on to your mind while pushing deeper into hostile territory. On top of that, some players can take control of executioners, powerful monster-like entities with unique abilities. They hunt human squads, teleport across the map, and bring a completely different playstyle, making every match unpredictable. With progression systems for both operators and executioners, every run feels different. Project Spectrum was revealed at Gamescom 2025, and while there's no confirmed release date yet, it's expected to be free to play and launch on PC and consoles. Mortis drops you into a twisted version of 19th century Europe, where Napoleon's wars never truly ended. You play as William, a soldier brought back from death, waking to a battlefield corrupted by a plague that twists both men and land into horrors. The world is brutal, unfamiliar, and every corner hides enemies driven by war and sickness. This one's a first-person Souls-like, so combat is punishing but rewarding. You'll need to master parries, dodges, and finishers, switching between melee, pistols, and supernatural powers that grow stronger with each death. The more you fall, the more corruption spreads through you, unlocking abilities but also pulling you deeper into the nightmare. Exploration is just as important as combat. Hidden paths, environmental secrets, and interlocked areas give it a Metroidvania feel. Every step pushes you further into a Europe scarred by war and infected by something beyond human understanding. It's a mix of plague horror and relentless combat that demands precision and patience. Valor Mortis is set to release in 2026 on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Meters in closing.
I got 2. East side.
Moving right to left.
I got 3 west side. Frame shoot. On the T of execute. 3, 2, 1. Execute.
The world as it's commonly known has crumbled. Alliances that held since the end of World War II, gone.
Dagger, this is Pax's ballsiest play yet.
If they succeed, they will have secured the most strategic rock in the history of warfare. Want to help our friends take back this rock? Hoorah!
You're playing a dangerous game, no doubt about it. Wouldn't be Dagger without insurmountable odds.
The whole world's gonna look different now. Just takes a little shake of perspective.
Gotta love a challenge.
Stand by for re-attack call.
Light them up! We gotta move! Woo! Hold on!
Kincaid will pay for this.
But we don't know how high it goes.
You trying to start a war with the CIA?
That is not the fucking question!
This is it. I know what I gotta do.
Battlefield 6 puts the spotlight back on large-scale storytelling. The campaign follows Pax Armada, a private military company rising to power as NATO fractures and global conflicts spiral out of control. You step into missions that span across Gibraltar, Cairo, Brooklyn, and even the mountains of Tajikistan, each blending boots-on-the-ground action with vehicles, destruction, and set pieces that make the battlefield itself part of the story. One of the highlights shown early was the Gibraltar mission, where infantry combat mixes with tanks and collapsing fortifications. The game leans on destructibility. Blowing through walls, toppling buildings, and reshaping the battlefield are central to how you push through objectives. It's less about political angles and more about the raw struggle for power, keeping the focus on action and choice. Multiplayer builds on this with 9 maps at launch, returning modes like Conquest and Breakthrough, and new additions like Escalation. The classic 4 classes are back: Assault, Engineer, Support, Recon, with Portal servers letting players create their own rules and matches. It's shaping up as the biggest step forward the series has made in years. Battlefield 6 releases October 10th, 2025 on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Cleo has uncovered a formula for a cure, but she's keeping it safe in her tower.
Hey, you got some housing?
Marketland seems a bit tense today. I heard something happen with another Tidewalker. Damn it. It's gone. Someone beat us to it.
Ever since the Great Flood, Elend, my dear planet, has been dying. Plastemia has taken everything from us. But you Tidewalkers are all connected.
Hey, you! Stop right there!
And it's up to you now to use that power. yours. Will you help us?
Tides of Tomorrow takes you to Elind, an ocean planet destroyed by floods and poisoned by a sickness called plastemia. You wake up with no memory, one of the Tidewalkers infected by this strange disease, and the only way forward is to search for a cure across a world of sinking islands and drifting survivors. What makes it stand out is how the story connects players. Every choice you make leaves a mark, and the next player who enters that same journey will see the echoes of your actions. NPCs will treat them differently, paths will change, and sometimes ghostly traces of your past decisions appear in their world. It's like passing the story down, but with consequences that can't be erased. Gameplay mixes exploration, resource gathering, and sailing between platforms and settlements. You'll uncover secrets, interact with other survivors, and piece together the history of a planet on the edge. Even if you play offline, your own decisions create ripples that shape the narrative in unique ways. Tides of Tomorrow releases February 24th, 2026 on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
I want you to remember that no bastard ever won a war by dying for his country. He won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die for his country. We have the finest food and equipment, the best spirit, and the best men in the world. You know, by God, I actually pity those poor bastards we're going up against. We're gonna cut out their living guts, use them to grease the treads of our tanks. All right now, you sons of bitches, you know how I feel. I'll be proud to lead you wonderful guys in battle anytime, anywhere.
War Mechanic throws you into an alternate history where World War II never came to an end. Instead of peace, nations fractured into endless conflict. Private armies rose to power, and machines replaced soldiers. You play as Jack Wallace, sent to Nordhook Island to reopen an abandoned military base and carve out a future in a world that only knows war. The gameplay mixes survival, exploration, and base management. You'll scavenge the ruins of bunkers and factories, fight rogue machines like spider mechs and sentry bots, and slowly rebuild your stronghold. Crafting plays a big role too, repairing vehicles, customizing weapons, and using salvaged tech to turn your base into a self-sustaining fortress. As the story unfolds, you uncover conspiracies and secrets hidden on the island, with darker twists written by talent behind the Witcher series. It's not just about fighting, it's about surviving in a world where war never stopped, and profit drives every battle. War Mechanic is listed as coming soon on PC via Steam, with other platforms yet to be confirmed.
A giant cube. I can still barely believe it myself. When it showed up, I was in the lab. I didn't even see it. You know? I felt that same fear, though. A terrible sense of my own powerlessness. How did the whole of humanity miss it? And did we actually miss it? What if the cube didn't appear, but revealed itself? What if it was always there, and we've only just started to see it?
Cube is the next big project from Munfish, set in the same universe as Atomic Heart. Instead of a familiar open world, it drops you inside a massive floating structure, a gigantic cube where every row and section constantly shifts. Entire environments slide, rotate, and recombine, so no two journeys through it are the same. The story builds around a mystery at the heart of this structure. Somewhere inside is an equation powerful enough to rewrite reality itself, and uncovering it could decide the fate of humanity. Along the way, you'll face strange creatures, mechanical threats, and bosses designed to test both reflexes and strategy. Gameplay blends shooting, exploration, and progression. You'll dive into biomes that look completely different each run, collect resources, customize weapons, and develop your character as you push deeper into the cube. The tech behind it, called the Split Rendering System, makes the transitions between these constantly changing environments seamless. The Cube is in development for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, with a release date still to be announced.
Improvise.
This is not how right works.
You see my new toy?
Liar, liar! Zombie on fire!
Best power ever! Oopsie!
They're wrecking our ride!
Could use some help now.
I need some first. Can you all please cover me?
Whatever works.
Toxic Commando is a co-op shooter with a horror twist, created by Saber Interactive with John Carpenter's name stamped on it. The story starts with a failed experiment to tap into the Earth's core for unlimited energy. Instead of saving the planet, it awakens the Sludge God, a living corruption that spreads across the land, mutating soil and twisting people into hordes of undead. You play as one of the Toxic Commandos, a mercenary team sent to clean up the mess. The gameplay is built around 4-player co-op with crossplay, where squads face endless waves of infected. Vehicles play a big part, letting you mow down swarms or use them as mobile cover while trying to survive the chaos. Classes bring variety. One might drop healing zones, another can set up shields, while others specialize in heavy weapons. Enemy waves are massive and relentless, and you'll need to combine abilities, upgrade gear, and use the open maps to your advantage if you want to make it through. Toxic Commando is scheduled for early 2026 on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Is dying. And my only way out of here is with one of them.
Judas comes from Ghost Story Games, led by Ken Levine, the creator of BioShock. It's a single-player narrative FPS set aboard the Mayflower, a generation ship carrying humanity to Proxima Centauri. Life on the ship is controlled by 3 leaders, Tom, Nefertiti, and Hope, each with their own vision for the future. You play as Judas, a rebel breaking away from that order, and your choices decide who becomes your greatest enemy. The core mechanic is the villainy system. The big 3 don't just stay in fixed roles. Your actions shape who turns against you. Betray or neglect one of them, and they might rise as the villain, complete with new powers to block your progress. It makes every run feel personal, and no 2 playthroughs will be the same. Gameplay mixes familiar shooter combat with narrative-driven decisions. You'll explore the ship, uncover its secrets, and deal with the consequences of alliances and betrayals. It's not about live service or multiplayer. This is a full, one-time purchase experience, designed to evolve based on how you play. Judas is in development for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, with no confirmed release date yet. Gallipoli takes the World War I shooter formula to a front that's rarely explored, the Middle East. Developed by Black Mill Games, the team behind Verdun, Tannenberg, and Izanzo, this entry shifts the action to the Gallipoli and Mesopotamian campaigns, bringing coastal landings, desert warfare, and close-quarters fights through fortified towns. This one is all about multiplayer authenticity. Battles can reach up to 50 players, with attackers pushing through objectives while defenders dig in to hold their ground. Every role matters. From officers calling the charge, to stretcher bearers saving teammates, to machine gunners laying down suppressive fire. It's squad-based warfare where coordination wins the day. Maps lean into historical detail. Dunes, trenches, and rocky coasts recreated with accuracy, while the Unity 6 engine pushes better lighting and scale than past games in the series. Weapons and reloads are modeled to feel weighty and period authentic, giving firefights a grounded, gritty pace. Gallipoli is set to launch in 2026 on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Defiant is one of those games that feels more like a mystery right now. It's being developed in China, and early reports suggest it's set during the Sino-Japanese War of the late 1930s. From what little we've seen, it aims to blend large-scale first-person shooter combat with cinematic action and even puzzle elements, which makes it stand out from the usual war shooters. All we know is that the developers are pitching it as a massive project with a heavy focus on action and atmosphere. That makes it one to keep on the radar, but also one to treat with caution until more is shown. For now, Defiant remains in early development, with no confirmed platforms or release date. If it delivers on its ambition, it could be something special, but we'll have to wait and see.